Huh? Huh? Oh, I don't think that's the right microphone. What? What? Yeah, no, that should have gone in your eardrums. There we go. There we go. Don't know why my microphone wasn't working. It was on. Everything was on. Must have updated something funky. All right. Hi, how are you? Read any good news lately? Seen any good marbles? Good marble stuff? Uh, what a last, not even a week, 5 days, 4 days it's been. Uh, it's just I've been thinking about how to approach this. Uh, and like, do I even want to approach this? I might just I don't want to vent. I don't want this to be a vent stream because this is elimination race stream. But what's been happening is dumb and bad and tag of on my channel. Part of the reason why I had a bit of a slowdown in getting the stream set up is I was doing all the live stream. Like, it's a button that says go live on my end, and it gave me the alert just now that I have a video that has a copyright strike on it. Uh, and only three. I only get three strikes, and that's number one. And it goes away, but I can make it go away faster. But it's just gonna be a thing, and it was clearly not because of copyright. It was not because of copyright, and that's the issue. It is either we cannot not even not criticize the channel. It's criticize the one person, and I guess I'm not gonna name him. He should who. You just call him Voldemort. Could have called him Voldemort. I don't know. I'm gonna do that. He who should not be named. We can't talk about him. Can't criticize him because then he can take action like this, which is unfortunate. Like, this is it has, by every stretch, by every definition, has taken the fun out of what I do. Cause what I do is amazing. I hop on here and I scream about balls of glass. And the best part of it is that there's no human element in it. There's no drama. And now there is a distinctly human element and a distinct drama, just all sorts of drama happening. Um, but then it's just been nothing but amazing responses from you all, which I'm insanely grateful for. All the free the dino hashtags, all the everything. Like Big Gets Big Takes, their episode, which is gonna drop whenever. Uh that's the hashtag. It is gonna be like free Saurus Dinosaurus. Uh so that's fun. But the not fun thing is that if it is not about copyright, then we can't criticize the one person who needs to be criticized the most. And if it isn't, if it's actually about copyright, or if I then speak out more, then he can just hit wherever about copyright, then that's gonna be the death of the channel. So like it, it's a situation that I can't win now, which sucks because everyone says this is a Marble channel, and I mean I am here uh, uh, to do the Marble stuff, but I have robotics, I have NFL stuff and cartoon stuff that I talk about and want to talk about more, and like that's jeopardized now because one person decided to be just I literally I'm gonna ruin this man's whole career. Like actually woke up and thought that and said that. Well, not said that, but made that decision in wanting to not have any bad publicity creates so much worse publicity. Uh so there we go. So that is that, and that is the eggshells I'm walking on now, which is unfortunate. And I got oranges. I keep my O'Rangers close. I keep them close. So I did not find Raldo, but I am not gonna need help on Raldo because I just wasn't looking for him. I had a dream that I found Raldo because I saw the hint was at Heat 13, and I forgot to go back and look at Heat 13 because I was just so engrossed in the action because Elimination Race is just one of those events you don't get to breathe. It's just all heart palpitations. Especially with last year being the final event, and it had like absolute championship implications, like direct because it was the final event. It was just nothing but anxiety. But even here, with only 4 events to go and so many things to move, and again, a lot of these destinies for a lot of these teams are set in stone just about. We talked about the top teams. It's gonna be at the top. We talked about the bottom teams gonna be at the bottom, but it's that mid section where all the movement's gonna be. And that's really all the movement you can have, just about. Uh and things are moving crazy. Speaking about moving, all the obstacles in the way. Really liked uh the chaos of this one. It's a shame that the Balls of Chaos couldn't be here. With 8 teams with the tester marbles, it seemed to go a lot slower than the actual heats. I don't remember how fast last year's went. Last year's seemed to drag on forever. I think that's why the Balls of Chaos dipped at like the very start. They just saw, because there were no testers last year. We didn't have any tester marbles last year. It was just, oh dang, this is a long track. Nah, I'm a sit here. Whole lot of DNFs last year. So glad that we didn't have any DNFs like that this time around. Although it definitely seemed like some of them tried. But these heats went by fast. I was still taking in the very first heat, and then it's like 3 heats later. Oh man. So, yeah, those are the standings coming into this event. And as much as it got shaken up, it somehow didn't. Like the pinkies are way up there. What was it? The top 3? No, not the top 3. Yeah, 6th through 10th. 6th through 10th are separated by just 7 points coming into this one. So that's where everything's going to be, especially with an event that is just absolute nerve-wracking. The big thing is just don't come in last. I wish they did it, and I think it was Hablino rules that did it, where if you're first, you don't get to, or you don't gotta race again. Yeah, so all of a sudden we had like 11 seconds was the first finisher. This seemed to be really quick. I don't remember how fast last year's was in terms of first finishers per heat, but this one seemed to be faster than most. And what I wished could be the case was, I believe, I want to say in the Hablino tournament, it might have been years past or tournaments past, where you have the elimination race, whoever crosses last gets eliminated, but whoever gets first gets saved, so you don't have to go back into the fray again, which, for the sake of anyone who's rooting for a team that comes in first, like, that'll save their heart medication, right? But as someone who is firmly against Savage Speeders won 3 of the first 4 heats. Speeders, come on. And that's the thing, and Greg even touched upon that. It's not about coming in first. It's just about not being last. Although if they change the structure, they could actually have it be, hey, if you come in first, you're safe. But I'm glad that wasn't the case, because there was nothing but speeders all day, every day, and of course Team Momo was there. Glad the speeders' success was short-lived in this one. Shining Swarm dipped early, and going into this one especially, thinking about the precedent of last year and all the teams that were doing well in that one. Of course, Mallard won this one. Can't really have Mallard in this one. You think the teams that were going to do well in last year's elimination race, who are here in this elimination race, we're going to do about the same. Was not the case, right? Precedent absolutely out the window. You got Swarm out early, and then this right here. This, do I have my cursor? I do have my cursor. This right here was like all sorts of everything, because I still want, Galact 5th happening, because my channel is built upon the same 5 jokes over. And then, like, Raspberry Racers did solid last year, but, like, I don't really want them to, keep slipping. And then Rangers are there. I literally have orange in my body. And then Team Momo is like, you can't have Team Momo just 1 point. Can't have another 15th place, 14th place finish. Can't have that happen. And then, oh man, these hard hits, these ball bearings, absolutely putting in chaos. And it looked bouncier. And I think some of these honeycombs actually had some bounceness. I think it was this cluster of 7 up in the middle. It had some bounciness. So this one, this ball bearing helped some, hurt some others. This gold ball bearing, choosing Mellow Yellow not to go out this round, absolutely bonked him. And then Bonk and Momo getting bailed out. And then the Razzies come across. So that's like two of the teams that you'd expect to actually have a shot at this event, which is why it's so hectic. Yeah, there's the bounciness. So Raspberry Race is getting caught up on that bounciness there. Love the replays. Love the camera work in this one. Haven't really talked about the camera work a lot in the recent ones, just because there's so many championship standings, so many bottles of aspirin I've been going through. That haven't really talked about that camera work. The camera work in this one, this angle, beautiful. Maybe not in the fray. I do like the top-down ones when you actually want to see who's where, because if your favorite team is behind here, then how are you going to see them, right? But for replays, this is beautiful. Beautiful camera angle. Yeah, those bounces. Like, racers might have been able to beat out the Pinkies, or at least beat out Team Momo, but it's just that hit. Couple hard hits for the racers. Yeah, and then that hit helping Mellow Yellow. Yeah, that's rough, especially for the fact that the racers were in fourth, tied for third coming into this one, bowing out with only 1 point to their name. Whole lot of moving and shaking. Galactic getting rocketed. We're gonna have so much Grog Woods. This is such a Grog Woods event. He had another B friend, which I like. I like Greg having a B friend. You know? But the Glaciers, absolutely. That was Geno Smith this weekend. And again, not wrong sport. But the hit that took Geno out the game, Aaron Donald just absolutely ran into him with his whole body, led with his whole body.
Two teams are out.
Oh, that clackety. Love it. This is cursed. Yeah, look at this. I don't even know how those ball bearings get triggered. It looked like it was Team Momo triggering it, though. Because however it happens down here just off screen. And the Glaciers absolutely eat that. They absolutely eat that. I was like, damn. Surprised no one went to the medical tent after this one. Yeah, so there's the speeders again. Yeah, that angle for finishers is not telling you anything, because I'm so focused on who's in the back, because it's the elimination race and not the, speed race, even though these speed racers did win 3 of the first 4 heats. Wonder what happened on the 5th heat. Glaciers come across last. Yeah, no wonder. They took a whole ball bearing to the face. That's like someone throwing a shot mannequin at you. At like... Doesn't have to be that fast. Doesn't have to be like softball pitch. Doesn't have to... You don't have to, Shohei Ohtani, a storefront mannequin at somebody. I'm sure if you just lightly jog into a storefront mannequin, it cannot feel too good. So I'm amazed that the Glaciers didn't visit the medical tent on that one. Uh, but no shock that they got last. Although the Rollers really wanted to, test their fans' hearts. Oh yeah, Glacier's taking a page from Hazy's book. They find in every single wall. Look at this. And I mean, yeah, Rollers made it close, but yeah, bounce, bounce. Like Rollers finding, some open space, but bounce, 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 bounce. Yeah, Glaciers were not having it. I don't know who the racer was for the Glaciers, but we're just about rounding out uh, individual races or individual events. We have this one, then we have Sand Rally, and then we have Honey Dome. G-Force is Saturday, so that's the only team event left. So we have a team event, and I'm not sure if it's going to be 4 or 5 for G-Force actually, but we have 2 other individual events. Point being, whoever ran for the Glaciers, not sure if they're gonna run again because they might want to enter concussion protocol for that. You took a whole storefront mannequin to your body. They're looking dazed. They're finding every wall. Their coordination is clearly off. Okay, I'm not gonna chalk that up to marble injury as far as my bingo is concerned, right? Because we need to see someone, get assistance, go to a medical tent. But they were looking all right. Glaciers were not looking all right in terms of a like physical standpoint. There's another speeders win. 3 of the first 4 Cat's Eyes with Red Eye going out. It's interesting that they had Red Eye. So you have Sand Rally and you have Honey Dome, which is just turn my desktop audio back on. You have Honey Dome and you have Sand Rally. Honey Dome being an M1 track, and you have arguably the greatest Marbula 1 racer on your team, and they're an elimination race. Is Red Eye also gonna be in the Honey Dome running it? Because letting the whole team down, right? Crazy Cat's Eyes have been sliding a whole lot. They're up at what? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, what? Sixth, and now they're dropping 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, what? 11th? They are just not a second half team this season, which is unfortunate for the fact that it seems that they have not been a first or second half team in the leagues they've competed in. Although they do have a perfect attendance, a perfect qualification record, rather. They are a newer team, new-ish team, all things considered. They weren't one of the OG 2016 teams. But they're still pretty solid in terms of qualifying, in terms of getting here. But they have just been slipping up. Yeah, it seems that Red Eye should be your go-to for the Honey Dome. Unless they put Yellow Eye in, which as goated as Yellow Eye still is, I would still put Red Eye in at Honey Dome over Yellow Eye. And then you put Momo in. I'm sure that T-Mo was going to put Momo in. Now here's round 5. Speeders just won three of the first four, and it is a dogfight in the back. We have finishers already, but then all of a sudden we have O's, rollers, B's, pinkies, galactic speeders as the stragglers. Almost sidestepping a bit, taking a longer route off of this bump right here. So that was surprising to see that from the speeders. Maybe a bit too much exertion in the first rounds, trying too much, I think. And Greg mentioned that it's more conserving energy and not coming in first. Because again, doesn't matter if you come in first. All that matters is that you're not last. Showdown rules. Who cares about the winners of the showdown? It's only about the teams at the bottom. Yeah, so we're loving the replays. This is an event that just absolutely needs all these replays because so much is happening. It's so much chaos. We got this ball bearing getting triggered. Blast Galactic. Speeders taking some hits on that. Oh, they got the double bounce. They got the double doink. Cody Park, eat your heart out. Watch. One, two. A lot of these marbles. If you want to not be last, you just avoid this. A lot of racers, I guess, competitors have been avoiding. I mean, that was a hard bounce. Still could run it back. Just take a good angle, takes the worst angle. And a lot of the teams that take bad angles, they get the bounce. They only get the one bounce. Speeders out here getting the double bounce, the double doink. And then, yeah, it's amazing. I guess I don't know what it is. Trying too much, I guess. That try to make the ground up after the double doink, and then I guess was making simple mistakes and just let those simple mistakes, those small mistakes, build into a big mistake of a run. So that's 4 points. They came in fifth from the bottom, fourth from the bottom. So they got 4 points. The line for the Bs is 8th because you get 8 points for 8th. And that'd be 4 more points than the speeders, who are 4 points ahead of the Bs going into this one. And then they would tie off of medal count. So all the Bs needed to do was take 8th, and they'd be fine. Speeders for 24 hosts, not happening. Not happening. Who would have the best events? Speeders, Rangers, Limers, or Cobalts? Cobalts. All right, now here's the thing. We get no context, and we've seen it twice. I think 3 times, mainly because these signs are $30, and they want the Patreon patrons to get their money's worth. That's why we saw the Boy Kisser so many times. That's why you see the Boy Kisser in my thumbnails so often, is because the Gumos paid $30 for that. But it is interesting that we get no other context. We just see 2 ponies from My Little Pony G4. No spoilers for that. I'm only up to season 6. Arguably too many seasons. Arguably too many seasons. It was only supposed to be a classic, like, 1 season and a TV movie anime approach, but they went to the other end of the spectrum with the anime approach, where you got 9 seasons, a movie, 2 spin-off movies, and then a series based off of the spin-off series. But I don't even know why this sign is here, other than someone paid actual money to get this sign with no other context in the Thunderbolts. So there we go. Love it. It's some cute stuff. It's in the Thunderbolts section. Thunderbolts tickets probably cost like 20 cents. Thunderbolts are not having a good time. They are not having a good league. All they had to do was be better than Plasma. Oh, and is this... Oh, that is a Pinkies. Sucks for the Pinkies. It's like the top teams in this event last year are now the bottom teams in it this year. This one had a lot more obstacles, I feel like, than the previous years, the previous elimination races. Oh, perfect pair with Season 7, then I have seen Season 7. I think it's just 8, 9, and the movie that I haven't seen. Yeah, perfect pair's the best episode. Pinky's trying to book it, even though... you know, the door slammed shut for them. There is a bit of ramp bit. It's almost like a plow on these things, so you either go one way or the other. Pink is like, just gotta send it. I gotta cross this finish line faster. Oh, dang, I'm already last. And then Greg made a comment about the B because they sent it over a B. Yeah, right here.
Look at the chaos there. Oh, it right over one of the honeycombs. Wow. Well, thankfully, our little friend is okay there.
Thankfully, the little friend is okay there. That's gonna be me on Saturday doing a stream. That is gonna be... Oh! Over the honeycomb. Yeah, no, that's gonna be me. So Pinky's out. And all the bees need to do is survive, I think, 2 more rounds, and they'll be better than they'll be over the speeders. And unfortunately, the O-Rangers number was up. Don't know what happened here. I do not know. So we got Momo. There's Momo winning this round. Thought they were going to win every single round, win gold, start 4 straight golds, run the table, win the championship. So where did it go wrong? We got Mellow Yellow, we got the Rollers, we got Plasma. Nah, it was just some overtakes. It was just hitting that ramp. Only one ramp got triggered. Well, that was a hard hit right here. You'll see it. Yeah, got them into that honeycomb. Yeah. Yeah, Plasma just finding some better lines. O-Rangers ate that entire ramp. That was a close one, though. Unfortunate for me because, you know, number 1 O-Rangers fan, number 1 stan, always have been, always will be. And also for the Pinkies, because the Pinkies are in 3rd coming into this event. And they only get, what, 2 points, 3 points, 5 points? Not a good haul for them. Same with the Rangers. Whole lot of teams in the running still, which is why this is such a good late stage event. Last year was just all chaos with having this be the final, which is pretty dope that it wasn't a race or a multi-lap anything. But I really like this event more in the late stages because it will just shake up your standing so hard. So here we go, round 8. Galactic taking everything to the face, Roller's taking everything to the face, Snowball's taking everything to the face. Teams that are still somehow in it, and then Galactic finding every wall, finding every way to go backwards on that. It's over for Galact 5th in this one. Oh yeah, Momo almost DNF'd on that. Talked about having no DNFs this round. Wow, how stationary did they get? That would have been disastrous for Team Momo taking that bounce. Yeah, camera cuts. That raw, I might ask for that raw. I wonder if I could get that just to see how stationary was stationary for Momo, because in a event that had so many DNFs in years prior, this didn't have a whole lot of DNFs, and I think it was the track they used. This is a way different track. They do have the splits, and that's where, if you get hung up, that's where you get hung up the most, is behind the hexes. Really interesting floor plan. Really interesting tiling. Love it. I think bees have had the best theme. Bees have had the best theme so far in terms of all the honeycomb, hexagon, everything. Yeah, so there you go. Cosmo saving the day. Shouldn't have, because that was like easy, not necessarily easy dub, but like easy advancement. And then the bees and plasma at the end, and then Cosmo hitting all the wall at the end. And so that was it. No. Is it? So we get 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's it. We got 8 down. We got 8 down, 8 to go. So at this point, the bees have solidified. The bees have jumped the speeders in overall standings because they went into this event trailing by 4, and the speeders got 4 points, so that's 8. All the bees need are 8 points. If they get 8 points, they would tie the speeders and then win off of the gold count, because bees got 2, speeders got 0. I don't think that's going to happen. It's either the speeders win with the gold or they don't. We've never had a team win the overall championship without winning 1 gold. Although the closest was the speeders in 2018. So I don't think that's going to happen. Although if it were to happen, it would definitely be the speeders. Let's be real. Let's be real. But remember, they had 4 medals in 5 events. And now it's 4 medals in 13 events. That's nothing special. 4 medals in 5 events. They should have 11 medals by now? And not a single gold to speak of in events that they usually get golds at. So bees overtake the speeders with this one, and they take exactly 8 points. which is the most bees thing ever, I think. Literally the bare minimum. Literally only needed 8 points, and they got 8 points. Almost beat out Momo there. It was really close. Momo was finding all these walls, got a hit by Rojo Uno, but comes across just in time. Oh, yes, those hits right here. In the slow-mo, getting hit by the snowballs, getting hit by the rollers. Rollers versus bees, tale as old as time. Hablino rivalry holdovers, right? Momo sweep. I really wanted this to be a Momo sweep. Sad days that it couldn't be. Keeping it mellow. Pretty sure they're out the next round. Not snowballs. Yeah, no, snowballs. Rollers and Mellow Yellow with a nice lane. Same with the Wisps. Momo's there. Oh, yeah, the Bolts. Forgot the Bolts are here, right? Hey, look at that. Just the third time that the Thunderbolts have taken a top spot, or like a top 8 spot. Thunderbolts are not having a good time, especially with the fact that all they needed to do was be better than Team Plasma, and Team Plasma's in the running, just 3 runs away from sealing, from ensuring a medal. Because it's been like 1.2, 0.3, 0.5 points behind, or between the Thunderbolts and Team Plasma. And now all of a sudden, all right, there's a sign again. That's adorable. Now all of a sudden, Team Plasma just absolutely skyrocketing above the Bolts. Again, the only thing that Plasma can do is save face at this point. All they can do is save face. There is no... That being said, no team is mathematically eliminated from championship contention after 13 of 16 events. That being said, we're counting out Team Plasma and the Thunderbolts. We can just do that now. It ain't happening. It's not gonna happen. We are down to the 10,000ths, 100,000ths of a percent chance for some of these teams to make it, and some of those teams being the Thunderbolts, because the Thunderbolts are just dead. Who's the Thunderbolts coach? Unemployed after next event, surely. Oh, wait, was that? That was 10 rounds. Okay, so the bronze medal round is where Waldo's at. Keep forgetting. Shout out Gloomo. We're gonna talk about Gloomo a bunch. Because this lineup got announced Friday. Had no idea what a Gloomo was. Still, no idea who, what, when, where, or why Gloomo. But Gloomo is putting themselves on the map, right? This is their Brock Purdy moment, right? This is their Linsanity moment for Gloomo and for Team Plasma, who have been going nowhere and nowhere quickly. Second gold of the whole shebang-a-bang, met by nothing but futility since then. And then Gloomo, an absolute no-name of no-names, decide, you know what? I'm going to put the team on my back, though. It actually wins that heat. And Momo's there. Thought the rollers and snowballs were going to get into it. Wisps could have split the difference. Couldn't split the difference, though. And then run into the same wall that Rojo Uno ran into. Whole lot of bounciness going on. And yeah, just that last end bit. Still a good point haul for the Midnight Wisps, who need some points desperately. I believe they were in the outside looking in terms of the 10 spot, because the top 10 teams have over 100 points, and most of them are in a 7-point gap of each other. Absolutely insane. I've only seen the points of the top 2 teams now that we basically know that it is going to be the Bees and the Speeders tied, but the Bees have the Golds tie-breaking. Those are the only spots that I'm aware of. Because so many numbers go burr in this one, right? And then here we go. 4th place. Round 13. So this is where Raldo's at. I remember seeing him in my dream. Oh, there he is. Okay, never mind. In my dream, he was closer to the finish. But there is Raldo. Did find him. I was expecting to see him where my dream was, because usually my dreams don't lie. So Mellow Yellow breezing on through, and then Rojo's Plasma. Guaranteed medals. That is a relief for a team that has not really been in the top 8 since their gold, which was back in Event 2, Steeplechase. And we don't talk about Steeplechase. For all 12 of you Team Plasma fans, guaranteed medal in an event has to be the sweetest thing ever. That has to be the sweetest sound. Oh, yeah. Okay. So can we see him again? I have to be... Okay, so there he is in this angle. And then the top-down replay, he's right there. And I have to tilt because I have this monitor sort of blocking the edge of this monitor. So if I'm looking like this, can't see him at all. Looking like this, I can see Raldo. Foul Raldo. But more importantly, Team Plasma found a medal, which helps their standings drastically. Mellow Yellow has also been one of those teams just absolutely in the basement, and you can see they're just absolutely phoning in a bronze here. It is a battle of red teams. It seemed to have been put on hiatus for the last, I'd say 8 events. So like half the season, it seems that the red team battle was a mirage. And now it is in the absolute thick of it. Mellow Yellow went 1, 2, 2, 1, 1 in the last 5. Yeah, that is insane. And now, ready to see the best final to an event that you'll ever see. Gloomo and Rojo Uno. Gloomo absolutely stiff-arming him. Thought it was gonna be wire to wire. And then come on. It was moments like this that was like, this is the shortest track ever. I needed to see a minute of this. I need more of this. I need to see a frame. The moves. Gloomo absolutely stiff arming them. Step for step, beat for beat. There, and there. And here. Get off me, he says to Tracy Porter. Glumo getting hung up, but guess what? So is Rojo Uno. They were going pound for pound, beat for beat, absolute nail biter. I thought it was going to be Glumo all day, every day. A competitor, an athlete, whose name I've only seen in writing on Friday. During all the stuff that was happening. Needed to distract myself. Take a look at the elimination race lineup. What is a Glumo? Who is a Glumo? Who isn't Glumo now? Absolutely bullying a captain. And I mean, Rojo Rollers have been a snake bit franchise. Longest gold drought. Uno says, I put the team on my back. Gold drought be gone. But has been doing this probably longer than Glumo's been alive. Been a pro athlete. All right. Math professor at the university. Right. Been around the block a few times. Absolutely bullied by this new kid who I've never seen or heard of before. Never paid attention. The word Glumo, the name Glumo did not exist in my vocabulary, did not exist in my syntax, and all of a sudden, household name, bullying the vet, thought they had it. Down to the wire. They Indiana Jones'd this arm. Thought it was not happening. They set off the trap here. Indiana Jones it. They say, not today. I'm not going to get caught in this. Maybe a bit of a overcorrection with this. But Rojo Uno all the way back. They're all the way back. What is this? What is this? I thought Team Plasma was going to nab their second gold, something that the Cobalts could only dream about. Maybe going over here, trying to set off the ball bearing. I think they go to set off this ball bearing because if this ball bearing hits, it is going to absolutely cream Uno. But it doesn't. The gamble does not pay off, just like me and my fantasy, because my gambles gotta actually have Team Plasma. Well, at least I had a good week. Kind of. I had a good Team Plasma. But I am not a big gambler. Looks like Glumo isn't either. And then Rojo Uno, who was 100 million lengths back. Man was in the parking lot. Absolute stole it. Make say. Ready for this? 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 Beeline for the finish line. You can bring on the tomato emojis now. I think that was worth it. Absolute beeline move by Rojo. I need this frame. This now. Team Plasma going nowhere. They're going out the basement. But Rojo Rollers are still in it. They are still in solid championship contention. One of those 7 teams within 7 points of each other that anything could happen, anything would happen, anything should happen. This is going to be the move. Like, this could very well be the defining moment of the league. Absolute move. Absolute baller by Rojo Uno. So many tomatoes now. The chat is catching up to me. So many tomatoes in the chat. God, I want pasta now. There's some lemons. Oh yeah, see now this is where we need this angle. Look at this. Oh yeah, those 2 couple of bonks by Glumo, but now yeah, that if Uno takes the same line, or if that ball bearing triggers, we are singing a much different tune. But kudos to Rojo Uno, the captain, putting the team on their back, entering must-win territory, entering teams about to be mathematically eliminated from championship contention, from podium contention. You need points, you need medals. And to steal the gold from Glumo, who just 3 days ago, as far as I'm concerned, was a nobody. Now we can ask, who is Glumo? And we can answer, silver medalist in the Marble League. Congrats to Rojo Uno, and congrats to Glumo, making themselves a household name, putting the team on their back, getting out the basement, making it so the only occupants are the Thunderbolts. And then, oh yeah, Mellow Yellow's there too. Mellow Yellow can finish wherever, and I'm fine with it. They get a bronze, which is their second. Snowdrift's also there. Snowballs. Oh man, detailed by round. Oh, these are beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh, it is nice. It is nice. Yeah, where the speeders at? I need to laugh at you. 112, 112. And then Yella up top. See, doing just enough to hold on. And then, like, I'm going to not be last. I'm going to just win all these. And then didn't win all these. Got to bronze out the deal. Rojo Rollers, Team Plasma, Mellow Yellow is a podium that surprises me none. Honestly. That surprises me none. So there we have the podium. And there we have the standings. So I knew that it was going to be bees jumping the speeders, but having it tied. Rollers now, 4 medals. Only 3 teams with 4 medals. That seems pretty low. Whole lot of teams with 3. A lot of them with 2. Everyone has at least 1. Bolts. If you want a gold medal anytime, just tell me, man. Just get a gold. So, a tie for first. with 139 points. 1 gold is 25, so you're looking at 114 points, which is 6 teams. So that's where we can have, the 5 teams, 6 teams, because we've been bouncing between 5 teams in contention, 6 teams in contention, 5 teams in contention, 6 teams in contention. With 75 points on the table, everyone is still in it. Good luck, Thunderbolts. That would be the most amazing run if the Thunderbolts actually do that. Only 5 teams don't have a gold, and one of them is your second place team, tied with your first place team. Because the Speeders are also the team with the most top 8 finishes. I crunched the numbers. Again, NFL nerd, we're wearing a Seahawks shirt that's getting keyed out with the green screen. If we look at a top 8 placement being a win, bottom 8 placement being a loss, 16 events, it's like 16 games in an NFL season. They don't need 17 games, right? The Speeders are now 9-4 through 13 events, so that's solid. No other team, I might have to crunch the numbers again, but I'm fairly confident no other team has 9 top half finishes this season. So the Speeders, 4 medals definitely help, but also just the consistency there as well. That being said, 3 golds to give, and one of them will have 6th place jump up to 1st. And then we have the tie on the cusp. 25 points to give for the next event. 26 points are where the Wisps and Galactic are. And then 28 points is where Team Momo's at. So 2 medals with 3 events to go will be huge. 2 medals with 3 events to go. 50 points. We can make it more realistic. Is 20 points for a bronze? No. 50. We'll take a look. 15 points. 15 points for a bronze. And 25 for a gold. Back-to-back golds, rare, right? But back-to-back medals, had that happen all the time this season. So, a gold and a bronze, bit more realistic in terms of getting them, I suppose. So that's math, 40 points. That's 40 points. So with 3 events to go, 2 medals will get just about everyone up. Kinda. Team Plasma, is 41 points back of the Bees, of the Speeders. But they finally got a gold. They're a silver. Finally got another medal. Finally got a top half finish. They are on the up and up. So now we have 12 teams over 100 points. This is the lowest scoring league, I believe, through 13. Definitely through 13. But because of that, there's so many teams in contention. 2 medals will change the placement of 12 teams. So Bumblebee's up. Rollers up huge. 7 points. 7 points back on the podium. And those are the only teams in the 130s. And then Pinkies, 7 points behind the Rollers. Rangers, no movement. 125. Dang. So how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 ties after 13 events. This is insane. This is an absolutely insane league. Insane standings. So it's 7 points separating the top 3. 7 points separating 3rd and 5th. And then a gold separating basically the rest of them. If you're in the 80s, you need saving. It's Team Plasma, 10 points clear of 14th and 13th. Tied for 15th. 3 points ahead of the Thunderbolts, which GG Thunderbolts, you done for, you donezo. Unless you crank out 3 straight golds, ya done. Ya done. Oh yeah, hold up. Real quick. What were these standings? Shawarma. Who got last and first last go around? The Pinkies. Wow. Okay, so the Rollers back-to-back podium. And they have 4. Is that the second time? No. No, they got the silver and steeplechase. Then they got a silver in balancing. And then bronze in wave. And gold here. So, very quietly, the Rojo Rollers back-to-back medals. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what happened with the Swarm last year. They just go on a run like that. Maybe the Rollers are going to be that team. Maybe the bottom is going to fall out on the Speeders, on the Bees, and maybe the Pinkies will be there. Maybe the Rangers will be there. Rojo Rollers could certainly rise. But for the fact that 1 medal and some other placements. So 1 medal and some change with 3 events to go are going to affect the standings of 6 teams, possibly 8 teams, possibly 9 teams. Momo's still there. It ain't Mom over. It is far from Mom over. Man, what a league this is shaping up to be. And 2 medals. Rollers just did it. Back-to-back medals will change the course of 12 teams if it happens. I almost did it. Camera's over here now. It's not over there. The chat's here. So I'm looking here. And I almost went there. Couldn't go there because you're not there. You're here. Hi. Rojo Oro for president. For real. Right? Maybe they do know what they're doing. And it says you're the red team, man. Crazy Cat's Eye's been dropping, though. It's really rough for them. Plasma's dropping, though. Really rough for them. But Speeders, Rollers, Pinkies, there's red and pink. Racers are there. Rangers, there's red and orange. Like this. And then the Bumblebee's up on top. So the implications that this has going into the final 3 events is insane. The fact that it has tightened everything is insane. This is what we want. We don't want a runaway. We don't want a clinch after 14, 15 events. We want it coming down to the wire. The wire. All right. Hey, I'm live. I don't want to watch. Does too many bad things. All right, so there we go with the thumbnail. Everything is insane. In the bingo, did Greg say penultimate? This was not close enough to be a photo finish. Haven't seen any invasion yet. Podium winner doesn't podium in event 16. We might see that. Because the Savage Speeders, when they win M1, they win the league. And in 2020, they didn't medal in the final event. New team on overall podium. That one's looking good. Penultimate is a lock next event. Well, next event is G-Force. Didn't everyone say that penultimate was going to be a lock for funnels? And here we are, well past funnels, and he didn't say it. Bees in the Rollers podium. We got another Rollers podium. We have not had the Bees podium. Maybe that'll happen. I think as much as I want, Team Momo, Rojo Rollers, Pinkies repeat, I really want the Bees to win this. They're one of those historic teams, iconic teams, haven't had the best success, and now they're hosting, and it's like absolutely steamrolling over everyone. Because they had this merger, and I mean, you look back at that merger, they took the best members from the Hornets and moved them up to be on the Bees roster. New worst bouncing still hasn't happened. But I'm loving this bingo thus far. Marble injury, whoever was running for the Glaciers definitely looked concussed. Iceberg, yeah, Iceberg better be going into concussion protocol. I don't really want to see them in another event just because, they took some damage. Their coordination seemed off. Bees for 2023 ML champs. That would be hype. Still holding out hope for O-Rangers, maybe Pinkies, maybe Team Momo, maybe Team Momo's run the table. It could happen. It's not Momo over. It's never Momo over. Green team relegated, still have to wait for that. That'd be hype if we get a bingo before the showdown. Speaking of showdown, finally getting a date for this. So November 25th, that is a Saturday. I will most likely stream that day on Saturday. And then I'll probably stream on Friday because of that's when lineups will be announced. Might have some people joining me for that one just to have some totally accurate predictions for G-Force. Gonna be going over G-Force, the test run, because the Limers won that. Limers nowhere to be found. Then that following Saturday, we get Sand Rally. And then Saturday, December 9th, we get Honey Dome for the championship. And then that following Tuesday is Pursuit for the showdown. Gonna make it the most watched Pursuit. It definitely feels weird with the anti-boycott and with everything just making it seem like I just want to do a regular boycott. But marbles didn't do nothing wrong, right? Marbles are innocent. Marbles are pure and wholesome and small. So it's gonna be every 2 days after that, right? So it's Tuesday the 12th, and then Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't have any. I believe you don't have any mention on what the other events are going to be. We might just have to wait for the banner to update. Did I really get no bingo? Bees and Rollers been putting in work. So I thought about this. I think this might have also been the dream. If the Bees and the Rollers end up on the final podium, does that count? Because they might not podium at the same time, but they might end up on the final podium. And there's a delay, so I'm just gonna lament the other squares that haven't happened yet. A lot of these squares can still happen. But holy cow, if we could get a bingo before the showdown happens. I'm seeing a couple comments saying, when am I making stupid bets? That'll probably be before the last event. So the Friday before event 8, or December 8th, that's the Friday before Honey Dome. Because Honey Dome is on that Saturday, and I gotta be streaming that Saturday. I am gonna be streaming after Honey Dome to do whatever dumb thing I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, no way there's going to be fewer than 5.5 teams in contention after Event 15. We're about to have it the entirety. You're going to watch Savage Speeders, 2 Goose Eggs. You're going to see the Thunderbolts, 2 straight golds. You're about to see 16 teams in contention heading into the final event. This is the nail-biting stuff we've needed. And especially after the snooze fest that it seemed to be with only 4 teams in contention last year, we need another 2021 with 11 teams in contention. That'd be amazing if the 11th place team wins it. Hopefully no reverse starting order. No reverse starting order for Honey Dome. At least have some qual laps to determine positioning, right? No reverse starting order. You learned your lesson once. But that'd be amazing if the 11th place team won at Honey Dome, because the 11th place team is Team Momo. So that's it for my bingo. Ain't nothing happening. Other minutes talked about the everything. First rollers gold since 2016. That is the huge uh, getting talked about bit from all that. First rollers gold. So the Bolts gold drought is still the longest gold drought in terms of events, I believe. Or maybe it's just time. I think it just might be time that the Bolts gold is still the longest drought. So Bolts, if you wanna get a gold, that'd be handy. All right. That's the bingo. That's the minutes. I will be live on Friday to go over GeForce and have some totally accurate predictions. And then on Friday, I will make the decision whether I'm doing it Saturday or on Monday for the GeForce stream. So I will see you all Friday. If you are in America, have a happy Thanksgiving. If you're with people, hug your people. If you're spending Thanksgiving with your cats, hug your cats. Because we are in the holiday season, and it's still a bittersweet one for me, and especially with what's happened this last week with my channel and this channel. It's rough, but I'm thankful for all of you watching. So thank you for tuning in and day out, because it is fun. I scream about marbles. What can be more fun than that? Yes, thank you. The Free the Dino hashtag, get it trending. 3 events down. Not 3 events down. 3 events to go. And the showdown is on the horizon. About to be the most watched showdown of all time. Take care. Stay safe. Stay fed if it is Thanksgiving for you on Thursday. Have good food. I'm about to have the best food. I will tell you about all that food on Friday because I'm going to be in an absolute coma for that. I will see you all Friday. As always, have a... What? How do I usually end these things? I've been testing out new outros. I'm trying to get the order right so I don't double back on myself. As always, Waluigi's gonna take us out. Take care. Bye-bye.